Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be showing us how to reduce our already weevil infested beans, how to reduce the weevils in the beans, or how to preserve our beans. And if your beans has not been infested, you can go on to put your beans inside an airtight container and add some pepper to prevent your beans from being infested. It's more like preserving it. But if your beans has already been infested, don't worry. In this video, I'm going to show us how to preserve our already infested beans. So the only thing we'll be needing is our sieve, and I've already sun-dried these beans with the pepper for a day. Let's get into it. So I was already in this process before it occurred to me to record, to show us how I was able to preserve my beans, how I was able to reduce the weevils in the beans. And trust me guys, trust this process, the beans was more like nothing has happened to it after I have done this. So some of us will be wondering, how come the beans is like this? Did you buy it like this? No, we ship these beans from Nigeria to where we stay, and after a very long delay in the shipping ports, the beans got bad, and this is 3 quintals of beans. You can't just go ahead to dispose it. So I came up with this process to reduce the weevils in the beans so that it will be able to be consumed, so it will be consumable, and so that it doesn't spoil. And we know when the weevils get on the beans a lot, the beans will get spoiled that you can't even cook it, and you even perceiving the smell of the weevils, like it will be very obvious that this beans has gotten spoiled. So I, just as I have said before, I sun dried these beans. I didn't show this process because I know it never occurred to me to record it. So I sun dried these beans with pepper for a day. I, from in the morning till in the evening, I made sure it was under the sun. So I already sun dried it. Then the next day, I used my sieve. Then I got my containers. As you can see, it is there. Some beans has already been worked on, as you can see them in the container. So I got my container and my sieve. Then I added the beans inside the sieve, and I started to shake them. I was shaking off the weevils. It didn't take any time, just only with the sieve, add your piece. You keep shaking the beans, add the amount that won't be heavy for you. Then you can see what I'm doing. And once I am doing it, I'm trying to clear the weevils that have already fallen off from the sieve, so that you will see that it will get to a point when there will be no weevils falling off again, and that shows that there is no there is little or no more weevils inside the beans that I'm working on. Then I will go ahead and transfer it into the airtight container. Airtight container, it is the best equipment or best items to store our beans. Do not store inside the bucket. Get a gallon, or this kind of can that I'm using, this kind of jerry can I'm using, that can, when you tight it, the reason for it is that once you tight it with those pepper, the pepper will be able to do its work, like by peppering the weevils, and they will die off if there is still any weevil at all inside the airtight, inside the inside the beans. The pepper will help in killing them, making them not to be active anymore, because the more they are active, the more they keep increasing and increasing inside the beans. So Even if your beans has not been infested, go ahead to put it inside an airtight container, then add some pepper in it to be able to preserve our beans. So I continued with this process. As you can see what I'm doing, I continued with this process and it got to the point when there will be no reviews calling off again. Then I will go ahead and transfer it inside this airtight container. I kept repeating this process because I have a lot of, not, should I say a lot of beans? I have some beans, not really, really that small, just three pentas. I have 3 pentas of beans to work on. So I continued this process till I finished working on all of them. And trust me, guys, this process was mad. Mad meaning that it was very good. It was very good that the beans came out looking like nothing has ever happened to it before, just with this process. So once I'm done with this one, I'll be transferring to the container, and that is it. So keep watching, guys, on how I was able to remove the weevils so that I get little undo weevils anymore inside the beans. So this is the beans at 5 weeks after I worked on it. Then bring it closer to the camera. So don't mind the label. This is the jerrycan water, the water for jerrycan for water. So I use this to store the beans. So that's the label you are seeing there. So this is the beans. Then with pepper inside it, I stored it with the pepper. This is the same pepper I bought it fresh. I sun dried it myself before using it to sun dry the beans. And after I have worked on the beans, I used the same pepper to store it. So, and it still gave me what I want. I didn't buy extra. The same amount of pepper I used to sun dry the beans, that's the same one I used to store the beans. So this is the beans inside the tray. You can see how it's looking very neat, like nothing has ever happened to it. And these beans, it was never tasting like it has been infested, because immediately I got the beans looking so bad with the reviews in it, I worked on it immediately. So guys, this is all about working on the beans to remove the reviews till you get little or no more reviews again. So try out this method, guys, and tell me how you see it. Leave your good comments in the comment section and subscribe to my YouTube channels to get more videos like this. Bye and thanks for watching.